Hello, how are you? How's it going? Hey, likewise. Hello, Luke. Hello, Lydia. So Lydia and I went to see 28 Years Later in the cinema, right? And it was pretty decent. I mean, we've got sort of mixed opinions on it, but I thought it was all right. And there was a trailer for Superman. And honestly, have you seen the trailer for Superman? Have any of you actually, have you seen the trailer for Superman? Because I'm looking at the trailer for Superman, right? And first off, it's a bright, sunny day all the time, non-stop, right? Lovely, bright, sunny day, okay? Maybe in the comics, Metropolis or wherever the fuck he lives, it's just sunny all day. I don't know why Superman needs to live in one city if the whole thing is he can like go as fast as like he does, right? Why doesn't he live like in Metropolis by day and Shanghai by night, you know, and then go to like Mumbai to pick up some rice because the rice is cheaper there, and then come back to Metropolis, cook the rice, you know? Why does he even need a small apartment in Metropolis? Why? How's he not managed to make loads of money? You know, just laser eye your fucking way into the stock market or something. I don't know. But anyway, I watched this fucking Superman trailer. And first off, Superman, what's the actor who plays Superman? Superman 2025. You ever see that Superman from like 2006? I can't remember what it was called. I think it's called Superman Returns or some shit. Right? Yeah, Bryan Singer, Michael Dougherty, who was in it? Oh, Brandon Routh, who I've never fucking heard of. He's probably one of those that just disappeared. He was in Arrow. So the new Superman is directed by James Gunn, who I don't like James Gunn just because there's something about him. He just looks like a knob, right? I'm trying to think what he's done that I've enjoyed. I'm looking at his filmography now. He did Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, which I would say is his best movie. Oh, he didn't direct it, he only wrote it. Yeah, I know he did Guardians of the Galaxy, but can I be real? It was shit, man. It's all this like, yeah, we need to stop and make a little quip to the camera. The same fucking thing that, what's that fella who does Buffy the Vampire Slayer? They all just do this sort of thing where they sort of do, I'm flying into the camera. Woo, punch, punch, punch. Oh, and then a quip. We need the quip, always with the quips, right? And Lydia can back me up, she's still in the chat, that it was genuinely one of the shittest looking movies in terms of a trailer. Right? First off, it didn't tell me anything about the story. Right? It was one of the worst looking things I've ever seen. Actually, no, I'm not going to be that harsh, right? It looked like people who enjoy it for the superhero shit would like it, right? I can imagine that they would get a kick out of it, seeing Superman in all happiness, because like Man of Steel was a bit miserable, right? And they don't want misery. They want to watch a superhero movie to feel happy. They like to feel happy. They don't want to feel sad whilst watching a superhero movie. And I can understand that because there's stupid popcorn movies, but lately for the last 10 years they've been trying to all tell you something, ooh, we've got a message to it, like Batman vs Superman, where it was 3 hours of like internal fucking US jurisdictional politics and terrorist cells coming in to try and fucking destroy Superman and all this bullshit. And it's just like, look, if you like that sort of thing, I like Crank, I like dumb Jason Statham movies. So I'm not saying that to judge people who like superhero movies, but what would I want in a superhero movie, right? I would like good basic story. Doesn't need to be anything amazing, like original, but importantly, charismatic characters doing interesting things in interesting places with fun set pieces and a sense of stakes. I think that's what most people want, and a cohesiveness to it, right? I think that's what most people would like, right? When I watched the trailer for Superman, which I'm basing this entire thing off of the trailer, right? I've not seen Superman because I'm not interested in Superman at all. Like, Batman's all right, he's okay, but still, I'd like Batman more if he took the stupid fucking bat ears off him. I tried watching Spider-Verse on a plane, and I like the idea of the animation and stuff. That seems all fun. And it's clearly not for me. It's clearly for other people. It's clearly for the people that like that sort of thing. And I know the kind of people that like that sort of thing, So I get it. I think I have more respect for Spider-Verse because it's trying something a bit fun and interesting, and the animation style is fun, but something about the way this Superman movie looked, I don't know, just if that was the best they had to offer, can I imagine I was bored in the 2-minute trailer. Can I imagine like 130 minutes? This movie is 129 minutes long, and this is short. This is short for these fucking things. They're all this long. Like Batman vs Superman was 3 hours. Justice League was 4 hours. Avengers Endgame was 3 hours. What else? Eternals was 2 hours 40. Like, that was a cool little bit. But I don't know. I actually quite liked the Batman, funnily enough. Like, I wasn't expecting to. And I hated the first 15 minutes, but then I realized I didn't like it because I felt like they were taking it seriously. And then I realized that the director and all the people involved with it were in on the joke. And when I realized that, I was like, yeah, okay, I can get on board with this. They're taking the piss out of it, and they're not treating it as like a funny. They're not treating it as like a serious thing, but they're also not going to do this little like, oh yeah, guys, it's such a joke what we're doing. They're not going to do that. They're going to actually have a proper story to it, and it did have some proper story to it. John B's asking what superpower I'd have. What would I have? What's some options? Because I don't know. I need some. Hey up, Jumbo Mazer. I'm currently trying to figure out what superpower I'd have. Lydia said legs. When you say that, like, what would the superpower involving legs be? Would it just be sort of like the 50-foot woman, or would it be my normal body on just like stilts? It's a Fender something. That's what it looks like. I'd call this hairstyle scraggly. I don't really know. Unkempt. But yeah, I knew that the Batman wasn't taking itself seriously. It was kind of taking the piss. I liked it a lot more on The Dark Knight, which felt like it was trying to be serious with the Batman thing. And it's like trying to act like Batman could actually happen. It's like, no, right? I like the idea of a billionaire vigilante, going out there and fighting crime. That could be its own thing, right? but he's not going to dress up as a fucking bat while he's doing it, right? And there's not going to be a little fellow with Joker makeup all over him and like giant troglodytes fucking sprinting around fucking Gotham City. I liked how the Batman made its own little fantasy world and lived inside the fantasy world. And there were bits of like the detective-ness. I liked all of that. That was kind of fun. But that said, it did kind of fall apart in the last 20 minutes when they set up the Batman 2. Can all these films, I'm fed up of every movie being part one. Dune, part one. 28 years later, part one. The Batman, part one. Avengers Infinity War, part one. Can we just make a fucking movie? Just one. Can we just make one movie, right? I mean, what's some of your favorite movies that have ever existed, right? The Terminator. That ended, it finished, right, on the first one. And then they thought of an idea for the second one way down the line, and then they made the second one, and the second one turned out to be really good. They didn't make the Terminator 1 with Terminator 2 in mind. If they had, then Terminator 1 would have been shit. It's just so I'm trying to think of Lydia says legs. That's my superpower. But the thing is, it's not much of a superpower. I need to be able to do something. If you're a superhero, would you dress up as a dog? Bruh. Machine Song still in the making. Gonna ask the machine if it would marry me, and I would back the machine. I would not be in my way. Yeah, that song's still being made. It's the last track on the. So I got this. This is the track list for the new album. The run times are out of date now, though. So normal conversation is now like 11 minutes. Ode to Warren Farm still the same length. Guiding Hand I've kind of taken out because I realized I'm putting too much stuff in it. So anyway, it's all being worked on. What's your favorite film sequel or reboot, and do you think they're doomed to be a soulless exercise? No, not necessarily. Crank 2, I like Crank 2. That's probably one of my favorite sequels. What else is 2? Give me a set to think. I like Crank 2 because it takes everything like the Crank 1 set up and just turns it up to like stupid, right? And Crank 2 didn't need to exist, but it's fun that it does, you know? It makes the ending of the first one even more fun. And if it hadn't existed, then part 1 wouldn't have felt empty. So yeah, I'd say Crank 2. I'm trying to think of other movies that I like that are 2. Like Star Wars 2, shit. Didn't need to be there. We could have been fine with the first one. What else? What I like actually I'll tell you what, Shrek 2 was better than the first Shrek. The second Toy Story was good. Yeah, I like the second Toy Story, probably the best of them actually. Because it's got a good balance. I used to read comics to what Mal's saying. Do you like cartoons and that? I like The Simpsons. The Simpsons is like probably one of my favorite shows. I've got a soft spot for the first 3 series of Family Guy. I feel like after that it kind of falls off very, very, very quickly. There's a few episodes that are quite fun, like the one where Stewie actually tries to kill Lois. There's the one where like all the Road to the Multiverse and all that stuff that came later. But the first 3 series of Family Guy are quite a well-rounded, decent show. Wallace and Gromit, that's good. I don't know if that's a cartoon. Is it? It's sort of like stop motion. I like, what's an animated movie that I like? Tokyo Godfathers. I've not seen it in fucking ages, but I remember that being really good. I haven't watched anime or anything for a long time, like 10 years. But yeah, I like comics, I can understand why people like comics, but I couldn't get into them because I just found it a bit distracting trying to read them. I never was very good at reading comics, as if it's a skill you've got to learn. I read the one where Batman was knocking about in the Victorian era while I was on a. Oh, for fuck's sake, I was hitting the chat. Sorry. Read the one where Batman was knocking about when he was in the Victorian era. That was good. There are some good films out there and like some good animated things. But for me personally, The Simpsons is probably like my favorite cartoon. Ren and Stimpy's good. That kind of sort of thing. I like 90s stuff. I like it when there was a little bit of postmodernism, but not, like layers upon layers upon layers of irony. That was quite fun. But yeah, I'm not going to stay for vastly much longer because I've got to call the bingo at work. So that's what I do. I call bingo numbers. So they go like 4 and 2, it's 42, and then they play the bingo. That's my job. 4 and 2, it's 42. 8 and 8, it's 2 fat ladies. Although apparently you're not allowed to say 2 fat ladies anymore because it's a problem. So you've got to say 2 curvy ladies, apparently. I find it a bit weird, a bit naff, but like, fuck it, if that's what they want. I thought it was just work, like my employers saying that I couldn't say 2 fat ladies, but then I tried saying 2 fat ladies, and then like the actual bingo people themselves that were playing the bingo didn't like it, so I'll just say 2 curvy ladies now. The pensioners, they go nuts for it. They'll play like 4 things of fucking bingo at the same time. Like, I don't vastly understand the appeal of bingo. It doesn't look particularly fun. I've played it a bit, but it's fun. How would I say? You should say it's the other fat. It's fat compared to dying. It's fat. I don't know if I can get away with that. 2 thick ladies. I think the thing is that it needs to be 2 beach balls. Like, what about 4 beach balls? It's 8 and 8. It's 88. 4 beach balls. That could work. I'm learning Paranoid. How do you play Paranoid? Is it? It's like that. It doesn't sound fantastic on an acoustic guitar. I've been so used to the acoustic guitar lately that I've kind of forgotten how to play the electric guitar a bit. It sounds dumb, right? But I've been doing like fingery stuff for so long that when I start doing stuff with picks, I know there's in the pick there's a quarter. Oh, by the way, MJG, right? I'm in E flat at the moment, so really it should be on the foot. I cannot do Stairway to Heaven. I don't know how. They always say that that's like a stereotype song that they play in guitar shops, but like it's hard, isn't it? It's the best I can do with it. I don't know how to play it. I don't. If I knew what key it was in, what key is it in? Stairway to Heaven key. It's in A minor. Okay. Well, it's also in A Dorian. Okay, fine. No, I can't play it. Sorry. Hello, Willie. How are you? I'm gonna have a quick look through the chat to see what's going on. I heard you could play it. Stop motion style animation. Okay, I was wondering if there was like a form of photography. Oh yeah, I need to think of another film that's a sequel. I also need to come up with a superpower. I think my superpower would be if I say I found a monkey's paw. My superpower would be to bypass how a monkey's paw works. It will like give you your wish, but it will give you it in a way that will fuck you up. Right. My superpower would be to bypass the fucking up, and it just does what I really want. So I would get the monkey's paw, and I would go, right, monkey's paw, I want world peace, and it would just do it. It would just do the real that, rather than like with a load of bullshit with some like bad consequences. It would just do what I want in the way I want it, and it would work itself out. So that would be my superpower, just to beat the monkey's paw. I think logically that'd be more powerful than Superman, because I could just get the monkey's paw and just be like, kill Superman. No, the superpower comes in two parts. The superpower is that I can bypass the monkey's paw. So I need to still get a monkey's paw. That's like, I still need to do that. But once I get the monkey's paw, then I can do. That's when the superpower kicks in. Because if I picked invisibility, right? Oh, you know what would happen? You'd start going out of a woman, and then you'd go invisible for the first time, and then it would be all like, oh, why don't you try going invisible? You know, all that sort of shit. Or like you go to a party and they'd be like, oh, Josh, do the trick. And I go, right. Oh, wow, it's so amazing. You can go invisible. Yeah. And I'd be walking around. I'd probably start being invisible more often. I'd just sit there invisible on the side of the road, just going. And you just see smoke, and then people will be looking at me going, oh, I wonder why there's smoke coming out of that. Is that thing all right? And suddenly I'm the center of attention, even though I'm invisible. So, I mean, what could I do if I was invisible realistically? Sneak around. What would I do? What would I do with that sneaking around though? So that's pointless. Flying, I can just get EasyJet. That's sorted. Tell you what, my superpower would be free airplane travel for life, and I can just get whatever ticket I want. Actually, fuck it. Why not just have infinite money? How about that as a superpower? Sorted. And I can do whatever I want. I could just be Iron Man. So, I mean, because what do I want? I don't want to be the Hulk. I don't want super strength. Even if I was a criminal, I'm going to go into the bank. I mean, I'm sure I could use it. But I don't want it. I don't need it. Teleportation I would never take, because thing with teleportation is I don't like, that Star Trek thing, they break you down atom by atom and rebuild you somewhere else. I don't know if that's going to be the same me, because it's different atoms, so it might be a different consciousness. So say we lived in the future where teleportation was all over the place. I ain't touching fucking teleportation on a 10-foot pole, right? Because the people that do the teleporting that have lost their consciousness won't know they've lost their consciousness. They'll think they still have it, but the original version of them died, and the new version of them is walking around going, oh yeah, it's fantastic. I have all the memories of the old version, so you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So no, I'm not having teleportation. I'm not getting in the fucking pod. That's not happening. What else could I have? I could have here's a good one. Everything that I read, I retain. That would be good, because I could just read anything and I would just know it. But then I don't know if I want all the knowledge in the world, because then people would be asking me stuff all the time. I'd have to do talks where they go like, oh, Josh, what's like 800,000 plus 700,000? I go, yeah, it's like 1.3 million or whatever. No, it's not. It's 1.5 million, isn't it? Immunity to disease or hunger would be good. Actually, yeah, because I'll tell you what, I was having dinner with my girlfriend and her parents yesterday, and apparently there's someone knocking about somewhere that's got what's that thing that's like chicken pox for grown-ups, scurvy or some shit. Well, they've got that in the eyes, and it got me like terrified. So yeah, I'd like to have immunity to that. That'd be nice. Um, I don't know what I'm supposed to want really. Spider-Man swinging about and stuff. Yeah, shingles. Immunity to shingles. That'd be good. Don't want that. What could I have? Well, John B, what would you have? What's your superpower, right? Because I'm not getting a superpower just to like, you know, win a fucking Marvel movie. I'm not gonna be a superhero. I'm just gonna have the superpower, and I'll just be going to Lidl, just getting stuff for free. You know, I'm not bothering about fighting crime. Nah, I wouldn't want perfect pitch because then I already feel like music sounds a bit like less magical now that I know how to play guitar and stuff. Like, because now I can listen to something and just go, oh, that's in A probably. Ooh, oh yeah, it's in A. Oh, they did an interesting thing there where they modulated or whatever. All that sort of shit. You're not peer pressuring me into kissing the camera. It's not happening. Do you know the amount of fucking germs on that? I can't fuck that for the end. Hello, Olin Perez. I'm trying to think what else as a superpower would be good because I am quite enjoying this. Let's look up some superpowers. I'm going to look up some superpowers and we'll see what we could have. I'm going to be cutting off this stream in about 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. Light manipulation, telekinesis. I don't need any of this though. I mean, say if I've got telekinesis and I'm lying in bed and I want a cup of tea. Can I telekinesize the cup of tea to my hand and then drink it? Do I need to see the cup of tea, or am I going to go downstairs and it's just going to be a load of cutlery everywhere? This is my imagination. I'm doing it like I'm about to know all chord progressions all the time. I mean, how about this? I've had an idea for an improvement to the human body, right? Which I've run this past a few people, and not all of them think that I'm mental. So we'll see, right? So my idea is you've got two hands, right? First off, take the thumb off. You got 4 fingers, right? So I've got 2 eyes. How about 3 eyes, 4 eyes, 5 eyes, 6 eyes, right? Infrared, right? Night vision, right? Get some like sort of macro lens on that one. And how about, like telescopic, right? So I can really zoom in, right? So, and these eyes can sort of like just dip back into my fingers, right? Whoosh, like that. So they're just like that most of the time, right? Or they've got like little foreskins over them, so for eyelids, right? So that would be decent, right? And I want them to look normal because if I'm the only one that's got this, right, people are going to look at me weird. So I want to be able to pop my eyes out of the hand, right? Say it's nighttime, right, and I can't see, right? Take the night vision finger out. Oh, I'm in the woods, right? Ah, there's someone really far in the distance. Oh yeah, it's Greg. And then I think he'd be in about 10 minutes. He's walking up that hill, right? Infrared. I don't know why I'd need that, but say I know that the oven is that way, right? Across 2 walls, right? So I'll take the infrared finger, I'll point that way. I'll go, right, my chicken's got about 20 minutes left, right? That would be useful. TOS is Afrikaans. I don't know what TOS is. Do you toss? I don't know what that means. It's got some use, right? I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty chuffed with the eyeball finger thing, but no one I know likes it. So can someone tell me what the toss thing means? Because I don't know what that means. Reminds me of the guy's hand. No, because bear in mind I've got the foreskins that kind of go over the fingers, so they look like normal fingers, but like when I need them, like that, right? So then, I could get stuff done. It'd be useful. Well, tell me what toss means, for fuck's sake. I'm just thinking like eyelids, but I figured a foreskin is closer to fitting on that. It wouldn't literally be a foreskin. I'm just using it as an analogy. No, I wouldn't want to read people's minds, because then you'd probably realize that people don't like you, so it's not worth it. How does toss mean masturbation? Doesn't make any sense. If you place the finger up your nose to toss off. No, I'm not understanding it really. I can get it, but to me it sounds more like tossing. It sounds more like sex. So if you place that finger up your nose, it will tell you the brain cell count. Yeah, probably that'd be good. I don't want to read people's minds because, maybe it would be good because then you could sort of say you've got an anxiety about what do people think of you, right? Then you could just dip into it and just go, right, they don't hate you. They don't really care about the thing that you're worried about. But I feel like there's a privacy issue with it. No, it wouldn't be, because they'd still be normal sort of fingers. And well, I'll tell you what, in the original demo of it, of this, it was more sort of like this. Hang on, I'll just draw a quick hand for you. It's not a very good hand, but okay. So the thumb was normal. So in the original version, it was more like this. So that was. It was more sort of like that in the original version. But my idea was that we would have glass domes around this. So, you'd be able to touch stuff and it would be fine. But also, I feel like I want more fingers than I've currently got. So, if I'm playing guitar, right? So you see, my hand is sort of, it could go up a little bit like that, right? I feel like, why could I not have some more fingers coming out here so I could do more chords and stuff? Or how about fingers coming out of the fingers so I can just touch them, or maybe tentacles coming out so that I can do whatever, fret I need to do. So I could do a chord that's half up here and half down here. Do you know what I mean? That'd be decent. About the power to transcribe any thought, music, shit from your mind to paper instantly. Isn't that just what AI is, though? Ooh, transition back into the original topic. Roll your thumb over, give you an extra finger. Yeah, I suppose. Well, I get that, but I don't know. He's a good guitarist and stuff, but I feel like he's one of them where everyone sits there and goes, he's fantastic, and he is, right? So do we need to keep going on about him? It's kind of my thought. It's you can't touch him. You can't say anything negative about him. I don't have anything negative to say about him, but everyone's already sitting around the fucking Jimi Hendrix maypole going, Jimi Hendrix is fantastic, and he is, right? But every time that someone goes back to Jimi Hendrix, there's another fella out there who's not getting a look in. I'd be like one of those fellas from Mortal Kombat, Jumbo Mazo. It'd be sort of that kind of thing. Favorite color, purple, because when I was a kid I played Spyro the Dragon a lot. So it's kind of stuck. Yeah. It stuck for a long time actually, because I just like the game. I never bothered the remake because part of what I liked about it was the style, the low polygon count thing. I liked how it looked. Now they've made it more sort of photorealistic. It's like it kind of looks like a Pixar cartoon, and I'm not vastly into it. I'm having a look at a couple more aerokinesis. There's just so much garbage on here. Dreams get on my nerves, so maybe I'd do something to get rid of that. I'll tell you what, John B. Let's do the AI thing because that's what the title of this fucking video was. Velvet Sundown. So you'll know if you've been caught up to speed, right? If I get copyrighted for playing it, I'm gonna be pissed off because it's no one's made it. This is Dust on the Wind. It was made by an AI. So, but when I'm listening to it does sound good. Like this all sounds nice, right? Dust on the wind. I'll tell you what, his vocals are, they're shite. His vocals. The words over it are shite. Dust on the ground. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the trailer for Logan. There was this one-hit wonder band that did the trailer. I think it's this trailer. No, it's not the Hurt trailer. Way Down We Go by Kalo. That was it. Kaleo. Oh, okay, one-hit wonder band. They're actually fucking huge. It just sounds like this. It's the same shit. Smoke in the sky, no peace found. I have done a video about AI art, and I think my opinion has gotten more extremely anti-AI since then. At the time, it was more curious. I do still think that AI is capable of making art, but that's not to say that I think it should be. I don't think it should be allowed to be making art. However, I do think that it can, the same way that the Superman movie is art, but I think it's a load of garbage, right? And I'm not going to watch it. The same way, like the Velvet Sundown is just artificial and bland and uninteresting because of the fact that it's made by AI. I do think that it is a song, and I think that songs are art. Like, if it's not art, then I don't know what to call it. Just a song. Because I feel like the idea that only humans can make art is a bit like weird. Because say aliens came to Earth and they showed us like their music, we're not going to sit there and go, "Is this art?" It's like, yeah, obviously it is. Yeah, I do. Yep. Now I don't remember how long the video came out. I think I'm about 2.5 weeks sober from ChatGPT, something like that. I can't remember how long ago I made the video. Where the fuck's the video? Oh fuck! Have I put out all these videos since then? July 2nd, and it's now 15 days. I'm two weeks sober from AI. Music Man Spam has made a good point. I think the difference with aliens, they are conscious beings. AI is just an algorithm doing it for you. However, I would be a little bit unsure with that. There's a few examples that I'm thinking of, right? There's this thing which is like 4 hours of, I think it's like relaxing synth left on automatic. Folding space, generate a modular ambient 4 hours long, right? And it's this shit for 4 hours. And all it is a load of wires that have been put in by a bloke, right? They've all been put into various spots of this big modular synth, and he just left the modular synth running and he fucked off for 4 hours and he came back, probably went to the gym or something, and he came back and he turned it off, right? And then he uploaded it to YouTube and he made somewhere in the realm of about fucking £6,000, right? I'm not having a go at him. I think that this is actually quite nice music. And I would certainly say it's more human than AI, but what is the intrinsic difference between this modular synth, this large modular synth, automatically generating the music with all these wires, and an AI that's doing it? Because I feel there's a difference. However, I can't quantify what that difference actually is, because to me this just seems like a more simplified version. Let me look at the comments. AI also learned from humans, but people say it's not art, but still complain that it is stealing their art. And AI itself was technically created by a human, which means it is technically art. I do think that it is technically art, but I don't think it's good. And I feel like there's a lot of distraction around AI at the moment with like, it takes people's fucking copyrighted stuff and learns off it. It's like, that's not the main issue here, right? Be like the issue with the Nazis being like, oh, the uniforms just look a bit grim. They're not that nice looking uniforms. That's not the issue with them. That's not the problem, right? The problem with AI isn't copyright infringement. It's the fact that it's basically like building an atomic bomb that can choose to set itself off whenever, right? That's the main problem with it. And I know I just did the fallacy of comparing something to Nazis. My bad. It takes some decent time to get decent ambient sound out of modular synthesizers, modular or not. AI can produce the sound of that. It's the effort. But then you say that there's a lot of, like, the album that I made in a day. I made an album in a day, right? And it wasn't particularly hard, right? Is that art? Because I made it, I put effort into it. I probably put less effort into it than the fucking Velvet Sundown put into their 2 albums that they put out onto fucking thing. You know, they had to set up it's a different type of effort. It's a more corporate, soulless type of effort compared to what I was doing, which was playing guitar and shit. They were signing up for free trials of fucking DALL-E or whatever, right? But they probably still had to spend, like, 15 hours across maybe a few days sorting this out, sorting out the marketing shit and all this sort of stuff, and paying to get it onto Spotify playlists and stuff, right? All of that kind of thing. So I don't know if effort in and of itself is a good enough thing to distinguish art from not art, because then where's the cutoff point? What counts as not art? Is this art, right? I would say it technically is. In this, like, I haven't put any effort into it, but like, it's a drawing, and drawing's a form of art, right? It's not good. It's a pile of shite, right? The fucking lining's fucked up there, and it's not got much personality to it, but it's still art. I'm telling you, look at the comments. So that was in response to Jumbo Mazer. It's the process that makes it valuable to humans too. I do agree with that. For instance, I've been getting into Marillion lately, and the reason I got into Marillion is the same reason I got into Dream Theater. I like watching the behind the scenes of their album, of making the albums, like seeing them sit there and go, "Oh, we've got a cool chord progression. Oh yeah, Johnny, we could do something with that. How about? Oh yeah, and then you could do some bass thing under it, and then you could sing on it. And then bam, song's done. I'll do that 8 times and album's done, right? And I like watching that. It's the process that's interesting to me. And it's certainly a more interesting process than signing up for free trials of DALL-E or whatever the fuck, But I don't know if the process in of itself makes art, because then someone who uses a new process, are they not an artist until that style and that idea has become normalized? like Andy Warhol or whatever, doing the fucking tin can thing. I bet loads of people at the time were like, it's not art, it's just a fucking can of beans, But it is art. And I'd say now most people would agree it's art, even if they like it or don't like it. But the process was just taking a picture of some fucking beans or soup, sorry, and just like fucking with the pictures a bit. It's the same kind of thing. And what about the lobster on a telephone? What's the process there? Get a telephone, get a lobster, put the lobster on the telephone. Done, It's also the fact that people won't be able to look forward to creating more new things. I fully agree. Oh, well, I've just got Sorry, I've just got my rota for next week. Right. I'm going to graduate next year. Do you think I should go really ambitious and make a feature film or film my short film script? You're asking the wrong person, because if you go to anyone that's in this folk filmmaking, small filmmaker, creative type fucking bubble that we're all in, right? They'll tell you to, follow your dreams and like try and push for the envelope and do that feature film. I'm at the process now of spending 4 fucking years, coming up on 5 fucking years, working on the same bastarding bloody feature film that I despise, right? So I'm going to say no, don't pursue the feature film. Don't do any of that. Just because also the amount of money that you're going to spend on it. I spent fucking £6.5 grand, more or less. I counted it. It's about £6,500 I spent on a Sheffield psychedelic. And what am I going to get out of that? I've got 35 DVDs here, right? So if I sell 35 DVDs for a tenner a pop, right? And then plus posts and packaging. Not to mention it's going to take me probably an hour to send a load of these to the post office, all of that sort of stuff. So the time I'm investing into that, going to the post office again and again and again, getting the stamps and all this shit, even though that's being covered in the postage, it's still more money, more effort and things that I'm being put through, right? I want to do this. I want to get the DVD out to people, right? But that is still part of it, So there's more costs that need to be done. There's more things that need to be sorted out. I'm currently getting a load of texts from a load of people that are threatening me to not release the film, or basically they're gonna send a load of 1-star reviews to it. They're just gonna review bomb it until it gets to 1.1 stars, and basically saying they're gonna try and blacklist me from the industry, and all this sort of shit. And it's just like I've struggled so much to get this bastarding fucking film done that I can't even release it in peace, Now there needs to be a load of drama to it, It's just frustrating. So I've gotten probably about 30 texts from a load of people, a couple of which are actually quite public figures. And they're sort of saying they don't like the fact that I've got one particular actor in it, and they want me to either remove the actor or they're going to come after me, right? So, like, I'm obviously going to release it. I'm not going to cut the character out, right? Because I don't like succumb to outside peer pressure, right? This is different, Toby. This isn't internet. This is real life shit. This is a load of people from that I know in real life. That it's not like one troll that's out there. It's 3 core trolls who have access to all of their friends' phones. So that's fun. And they've done this before. If you go on to the reviews of Connie Lynn or, let's see, World Cup Heist or any of these things on IMDb, you'll see a load of fake reviews. And you'll see a load of shit about like, and they've all got the same review style up until they all discovered ChatGPT, and then suddenly they all have the exact same style. But yeah, it's IMDb can do things to stop it, but they're not fast enough. They're not efficient enough with it. These reviews are still on there, even though I've reported them. I've tried to get my name taken off of Connie Lynn at this point because I don't like the whole AI aspect to it. At the time, it was all right, but now it feels like a bit of a blight on me. So it's just a bit frustrating. I'm not worried about these people. I find it more entertaining, but at the same time, it's just a bit like, I'm it feels like every single step of the way with this film, I come across another hurdle, another obstacle to overcome. And I never move through obstacles. I'm constantly battling more shit just to get this stupid fucking movie out, you know? And I'm sick of it. I just want the movie out. And tell you what, I'm not making any more movies after this. I can't be asked. Music for me is my passion. I've got the Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence film, and I'm gonna do something with that. Originally, I was gonna try and make it a series. I'm not making it a series anymore. I'm at the point now where I just can't be fucked with movie making. I really can't. I've totally lost the passion. But I have the passion for making videos and for making music. Those are my two passions. And it's not that I might never, ever, 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 ever make a film again, you know, but I'm just fed up of it. I think it's burnout. It's, dude, I've made a 3-hour making of documentary, which now, in light of recent events, is going to be like fucking 4 hours long. And I'm going to try and cut it down. But it goes into everything. It goes into the debt that I had to get into to make the film. It got into the people that bailed out the project and left me with so much money to pay off, all the people that I let down, all the hurdles that I came across, the massive bout of depression that it came about, everything, the divorce that it caused, everything. There's no, and to Maria, music videos, I still want to make music videos. Let's leave it at that. And I want to make a proper band. I've been working with Lydia and a few other people on a band called 65E3, which we talked about in the last stream. We're working on an album. It's not an album actually. It's an EP. We're doing an EP, and we're gonna call it Q. And we've got 2 songs on it. We've got one song called Away, which is about sort of growing old. Not like, you know, when you're a grown up and you feel like you need to grow up. Like I'm 25, I'm 26, and I still feel like I need to grow up. I still feel like a child in various ways, immature in various ways, and I still need to grow up. But there's also so far that I've already come. I didn't write it, Lydia wrote it. Lydia writes these songs, I do the music. Because we've got different styles of writing. And so the stuff that where I write lyrics for it, I do that under the Manta Shrimps, and where she writes it, it's under 65E3. She's also got a song called Cheese on Toast, which is about cheese on toast. So like, I couldn't do that sort of song, but she does it really well. Sort of like, I don't think I can sing it and play at the same time. From Senegal to Kazakhstan, the masses all agree. Something like that. It's something like that. Yeah. So it's a bit frustrating, this whole situation. Everything about these albums, this movie has just been pain to get through. Let me prove to you that this is a real. Let me find it. Where did I put it? Psych Doco Draft 1. Do you fear that the documentary would spark even more hate, or that it would be invasive to the people involved? No, because the people that are trying to... The hate that I'm kind of getting at the moment is from many different films, right? There's many different films that were made around this time, and basically all of these people weren't involved with the film that I made, that the documentary is about. However, all of the films were kind of made in the same sort of sphere, and all of these films came out like 3 years ago, and Psych, because it was my baby, I ended up trying to over perfect it, and it ended up in development hell as a result. And then loads of personal issues and sort of shit came about. I do wonder about the documentary causing these sort of issues, but the people that I have a worry about, I've changed their names. I've changed the names of certain people.
And then, maybe it takes a couple of weeks, to be honest.
But like,
that one went really, really well. I was really worried about it, but I think when she walked up to it, the bell rang just like this.
Let's cut that a bit earlier. Yeah, that was.
It's just a case of getting there. It's just a case of this final. The workers the one near the door. Prowess to this body.
So there's a
the
lot.
Basics.
That should give you a bit of an idea. So that's kind of the idea. I do wonder about this documentary, but you know what? I'm proud of the document. I think that people will be more interested in the documentary than they will be in the film itself. It's sort of similar to what's the fucking guy called? Austin McConnell. He made a big video about how he made his movie. And it's kind of like that. That's kind of the idea. Yeah, the people that I have issues with, I've changed their names. But the people that I don't have a problem with, they're all lovely people. Their names are involved. Their names are on it because like they're in the film, they're in the credits, you know, that kind of thing. It's just a big story at the end of the day for me. It's one of those, just a long personal story, personal journey, let's call it. And I'm expecting it to stir up some conversation. I'm expecting some backlash out of it, and I'm ready for that. But I'm not someone that kowtows to outside pressure. If someone tells me to not release a movie, I'm going to release the movie and expose them as well. So, yeah. What's the movie about? It's about... How do I describe it? It's a coming-of-age story about drugs. It's your bog-standard student film. Basically, there's this fella called Adam who he gets sort of taken under the wing of the local eccentric, and the local eccentric kind of introduces him to the rough sort of side of Sheffield. You know, like all the homeless and drug addicts and shit like that. And slowly this local eccentric, whose name is Nick, starts to take the piss, and he just starts to manipulate Adam and sort of, you know, take him for granted and just sort of use him in various ways, like use his house so they can have a party, you know, all that sort of shit. And the whole point of the movie is waiting for Adam to stand up for himself. That's the idea of the movie anyway. It's about learning to be assertive. It's about learning to be not afraid of conflict. So in a way, this documentary is kind of thematic in that regard. I mean, the fact that people are telling me that, you know, what was the text I got? The text was fucking hilarious. It was something like, "We have powerful resources. We are so powerful, and we can crush you in a second." Right, that should give you an idea of what I'm dealing with, right? And these are people that I have met in real life. Oh, thank you very much, One Shot Gamer. I kind of need that at the moment. I do feel a bit wrecked. I don't feel my full self because of this. Like, I'll get back out of it. I'll get back up from all of this sort of external pressure, but it's hard for me to just sort of be like, fuck you. They don't like one of the people that's involved with the film, right? They had a big falling out, right? And they're annoyed at me because this guy is still in the film and I haven't cut him out, right? And like, the guy hasn't done anything. Like, there's no, like, it's not like a Kevin Spacey situation. So I'm not that fussed about keeping him in the film, you know? So they're annoyed that there's one guy is involved with the film, and that's literally it. They said that I could cut the guy out, but the problem is I can't cut him out. He's in an essential scene. If I cut that scene out, then it makes the film doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to go reshoot the movie because the main actor is in a completely different place in his life. He looks completely different. I think he's gone through some various things that I'm not going to talk about because of privacy and stuff. So. Yeah, because I'm about to go to work. I'm going to go to work right after this. I start at 8:30, so I'm leaving in about 5 minutes. No, they don't have any power. That's why I'm not afraid. It's not like fucking Jeffrey Epstein or any of that shit. It's just nobodies from fucking, you know, the middle of nowhere. That's literally it. But that said, they do have like YouTube channels sort of the same size as mine. So not real power, the same way I don't have any real power. But yeah, it's one of those things, and I've been trying to figure out my approach to it, because say the film comes out and it's a load of IMDb fucking bullshit, getting it to 1 star, right? If I complain about it on a Johnny Mozza video, let's say, that's talking about the situation, it's almost like I'm even though I don't say it, it's like I'm calling to action people to try and rate it a 10. Suddenly it becomes the IMDb Wars Part 2, because we've already had another IMDb war over World Cup heist, and I'm not interested in using the fucking audience to get myself a higher rating on fucking IMDb. I don't care about IMDb. If they want to make it a 1.1 star, they can go for it. It's a movie on the fucking internet, you know? It's all bollocks. If it's a 1.1, it's a 1.1, you know? It's not like it was ever going to get like a real score anyway, like a 7.5 with like 6,000 fucking votes behind it that people would go, oh, that's worth it. So I'm not worried about that, but I'm a bit worried about the fake reviews that will be coming in. There'll be hundreds, if not thousands, of fake reviews. So that's going to be fun, and they're going to be very nasty. So I'm not looking forward to that. And I don't mind, like, you know, fun negative reviews at my expense, right? I'm all down for that. But when it's, you know, people that have a vendetta against me, and it all, do you know, it already sounds like all the other fucking people out there that made films that are trying to, you know, make cope for their shit film. Right? My film is shit. Yeah. How does the guy even make hundreds of thousands of fake reviews? 1, these people have a lot of time on their hands. 2, these people already have lots of fake accounts. If you go on Connie Lynn or World Cup Heist and you click on any of these accounts, a lot of them have reviewed films called Mother's Child, Bank on Us 2. Bank on Us 2 is literally just World Cup Heist, by the way. They're exactly the same film. Also, I don't actually know how much sense any of this is making, because it's all, you know, none of you know what any of these things are. So we'll go on. I think it lacks a certain quality. That's possibly a real one. Yeah, that's a real review. Like some of the negative reviews are real. I'm not saying like all reviews are fake, anything like that. It's also you can buy reviews very, very easily, and you can buy fake things so easily. I mean, when I was at the peak of the IMDb wars originally, I made 10 accounts, and then I thought, this is fucking stupid. I'm not doing this anymore. So I packed it in and I took mine off. Took my reviews down. I just, yeah, no, I am gonna release the film. It's just that I've been having to deal with this, right? And do you know what's weird is that every time, this isn't the first time that they've sent this sort of shit to me either. I get this stuff like probably once every couple months, and every single time I'm out with my girlfriend trying to have a nice time, trying to relax. I feel like the only time I get to relax is when I go and see my girlfriend, right? And now, whenever I go, I seem to get a load of fucking grief over text message. You know, they've got my phone number and stuff, and a couple of them know my address. So, you know, it's just I report stuff, but like now there's only about World Cup Heist now has 121 reviews. It genuinely used to have like fucking 3,000 or some bullshit. It had so many. Also, the YouTube comments, they make so many fake comments as well that I'm going to end up dealing with that. And then that makes it look like to the outside world, you know, that I'm just another guy who makes fake comments. But then they'd be against me. I don't know. It all just looks like a big red flag, you know? Like, would you watch a film with all of this shit going on in the reviews or in the comments? I wouldn't. I'd just be like, I'd just steer clear of it. It just sounds like a load of talentless hacks. But I'm just fed up, man. I hate this fucking movie. I genuinely really fucking hate this movie. And I just want it done. Just want it gone. Just want it out of the way. So that I can get on with my fucking life and have a nice day off. I want a week off where I just do nothing. You know? Like a proper nice time where I can relax. Like, I went to Lithuania and I had a nice time there, but even then I still had this on my conscience. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Yes, it is what it is. You could do the thing where all comments are held for review. Yeah, I suppose I can do all that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do, isn't it? I'm gonna have to put them on held. I'll see if I can do it for that specific video. Anything to do with a Sheffield psychedelic, or possibly make a new channel. I don't know. Nah, it's not worth it because I'm monetized on Johnny Mozzer. So I'd like to at least make the fucking tenner that I'm gonna get off the video. You know, spent £6,500. I deserve a tenner back so I can buy a few cans of Coke. This is why I don't like making movies anymore. I look at Joel Haver and I just think, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I was able to do what he does and deal with things in the way that he does, because he somehow manages to do this shit and probably deal with all of this shit as well, and it probably doesn't get to him. And it's not that it's getting to me. I suppose it is because I'm banging on about it, but it's weird getting threats against you, getting threats against your house, getting threats against your family and stuff. It's not fun. It makes it hard for me to make these fucking motivational videos as well, because how am I supposed to sit there and be all chirpy and motivational while this is going on? You know? That's my thing. They don't know about the Johnny Mozzer channel, and if they do, then I'm gonna hear about it. If they're seeing it, then I'm gonna find out about it. But I don't care if they see it. I'm not, because I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding from any of this. I'm gonna release the movie. Like, if they do see this, all that happens is the inevitable comes forward a bit, and then I can get it over and done with, if anything. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'll see if I get a load of angry phone calls whilst I'm at work. Yeah, so AI as well. End of the world's coming, so everything's a bit fucked. I don't know. I'm not in the best of moods. I'm going to end this here. We'll do another live stream, hopefully a more casual one, where it's just some music. I'll play some music to see us out. I'm sick of doing it in E. I got a comment today that said everything will be alright in the end. If it's not alright, it's not the end. I needed that. Came at the exact right time. Videos you like to say, do it anyway, who cares about the outside world? Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's just something I've got to figure out. There's been a lot on the old mind regarding not just this, but other things, family issues and things. I'm just trying to sort it all out. I'm stressed. They probably hold various misinterpretations of the dog video. Yeah. I feel like if I ever become a lol cow, that video is going to get thrown around a lot. Favorite food? Don't know. I've been liking grapes lately. girlfriend's parents made a really good blackberry crumble from scratch. That was nice. So I had some of that. They're the type that would get like Madagascan, like proper custard rather than just like, you know, in out of a tin. Also, I think to be a lolcow, you need to be like a paedophile or whatever. Like, you need to be like, you need to be like, have done something proper wrong. And I've got a clean conscience. So yeah, that's going to be it. I need to go to work. See ya. Have a good one, everybody. You're all fantastic. Love you all. And well, next video. What's the next video about? I'll tell you that now, and then we'll go. Next video is it's another dog one. The next one is, funny enough, is about dogs as well, but this one's a sad one. So yeah, it's about my old dog from childhood. Cheers, and yeah, if they actually bother watching the video, though, they'll see the 30,000 times I dispel the idea that I actually want to be a dog today. But then people don't care about context anyway, do they? I need to go. Have a good one. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Cheers. Love you all.